Hello and good morning, everybody. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and this is our Member Monday Spotlight. And today we have Tricia Parido with Turning Leaves Recovery, and she is joining us today. We're going to be talking all about mental health. And if you especially are someone out there that has gone through or broken through or struggled with in the past, and now you want to be a person that coaches and teaches and can be trained and mentored and credentialed to do exactly what Tricia is doing today. She has amazing opportunities for you and is going to share with you how you can help other people who you might know is going through this as well. So Tricia, welcome to the Member Monday Spotlight.
Hello. I love starting my weeks with you. It's always so fun.
Well, I'm a motivator, and so we're going to get right in and motivate people. So, Tricia, why did you start this community of people who, and I think it has to do with your story, right? So I'm going to have you share a little bit of your story, but, and I think that's why you're doing what you're doing now. So let's share your story and where you've come from, because that is why you're assisting so many people today in being able to do what you do so you can change more and more lives out there.
100%. Well, I'll fast forward to the part that really relates to what I want to share today, right? That mental health piece. And that is, when I decided that I wanted to step into that helping profession, I had to realize some things about myself, right? Like I was a people pleaser, and I took on a lot of other people's emotions, right? Their heaviness. And so, it was really something that I was concerned with when entering into, again, that helping profession. When you're working with people that are struggling in their lives, you can't show up with too much of yourself, but you also can't take on their pain, their struggles, because then it infiltrates into your life. So it was something that I had to realize about myself, and make a top priority so that I could be effective. And for 9.5 years now, the processes that I went through in that endeavor have been tried and true and have never let me down. And I've not ever been in a space where my ability to help others has affected my personal or professional life. And so in my work and helping people, I started realizing I was helping a lot of people that were in the helping industry, right? So working with a lot of therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, right, that were, just really, really struggling with that piece. And so every day they were, getting done with their work, and they were feeling very heavy, very weighed down. And so their coping was to do things that if you know me, you know what I work on, right? Like they were going home and they were drinking a bottle of wine to escape, or they were, leaning into, food and all the other, external things that we rely on to bring us peace, joy, comfort, relief, and to distract us from pain and struggle. And so I was like, wow, this is important, right? Like there's a lot of people out there that are helping people that are trying to do so to create their own feelings of personal validity, of their own personal worthiness. And we can't, as mental health professionals, approach it that way. It can't be to serve us. It needs to be to serve others. Anyway, I don't want to get way deep into it. If you're somebody that is in the industry or filling a space where you're supporting people in their emotional well-being, you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to how heavy it can be.
Yeah, I think you said a lot of different things here, and I want to cover them for everybody because not only do you work with individuals who are struggling with items and vices outside of themselves to soothe, to validate, to feel good about themselves, to numb, whatever it is, have those now turned into something that have become addictive, and you're not really sure how to get rid of them, right? So there's that piece of it. And
Right.
then the other piece of it, because you've been so successful in working with so many individuals, how do you reach more individuals that are struggling? And you have a whole army of coaches that you work with, and these army of coaches have either struggled themselves or they've made it a lifelong endeavor that they want to work with people that are struggling with those and be in that mental health arena to serve them. And so you created a credentialing and a whole system over 6 months that you take people through. So, not a lot of these exist out there. There's a lot of trainings and certifications that are created, but you do this in a very meaningful way. So talk us through, I know you have another one coming up soon. Talk us through that.
Right. Thank you for that. And it's something that people didn't really know about me, that I didn't really highlight a lot, which is that I'm a credentialed instructor and supervisor, and I'm actually a faculty member for an organization that is an accredited credentialing body, right? And because I'm so passionate about the professionalism of the industry, I became that faculty member. And so in that space, I started noticing that, and I noticed it in my own education. Obviously, I just shared with you the journey that I had to take myself on to create that space. So I had that mental strength, that emotional strength, and I could still be empathic, but not anyway. So I noticed this gap in the training, because even when I was getting my psych degree, like, they talk about avoiding transference and countertransference, which is the technical term for it. They talk about it, but they don't teach you how to not get in it. Yeah. And the same with the credentialing processes, right? Like, we talk about it, but we don't teach the practical application of the skill sets and tactics that will protect you, the practitioner, and everybody that you want to serve. So I said, we're going to do this, right? Like, we're going to do this. And so I created the Life and Recovery Coaches Mindset Mastery and More Mastermind. And yes, it is a space. It's a 6-month journey where we learn what we need to, right? We create the emotional intelligence we need as practitioners, and the practical application. We also get our credentials, and I'm expanding my credentials that I'm offering, and there's going to continue to be more and more and more. So if you'd like a list of the actual credentials, right? Not just a certificate, nationwide and international credentialing that can be had, just reach out, let me know. We can talk about it. I have anywhere from international teen motivation coaches to recovery coaches, life coaches, and then those entering into the realm of eating disorders, disordered eating, food addictions, fitness, nutrition, etc. So we are expanding that reach of what we can do as far as credentialing in the space. But the important piece is that we're working on that mindset, that mastery, how to not, fall prey to all of the emotional stressors that come with starting a practice, being of service, staying of service, and putting yourself in first position without feeling guilty, selfish, punished, or restricted.
Right. I love that. And this is probably calling a lot of women too. I know there's some men in your group. I've met them. You have a phenomenal group of coaches. So, like you said, this is ideal for, let's say, who is that person today? Is that person wanting to step into life coaching to help other individuals? Have they, are they wanting to step in the mental health? Are they wanting to step into, who is that ideal person right now that's watching this thinking, I wonder if Tricia's program is right for me? Because you guys, I'm just going to share this with you. Tricia goes through everything from how to do social media, how to get your website set up, how to get everything ready for you to become a person that's able to create income immediately during the 6 months in her program, you're drawing and driving income. This isn't a wait for a year, become certified, or wait for 6 months. This isn't a 4-year college. It's nothing like that. She's like, jump in, do it. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. Do what I did to build your own practice, and we're going to get you credentialed along the way, and I'm going to bring in experts, and they're going to teach you how to do everything you need to do to build this practice for yourself.
Yes, thank you for that. Because yes, everybody that comes on board, they receive so much. They get a carbon copy of everything. So, and there's a reason for that. Because I see so many people out there with such a huge heart, such great passion for who they want to help and who they want to serve. And a large part of that, yes, comes from our own lived experiences, which is great. That is important, that we can relate to those that we want to serve. However, I see so many that want to do that just based on how they walked through it, how they did it. And it doesn't come from anything evidence-based. It doesn't come from anything that's actually been put under scrutiny, under that pressure test to be tried and true, right? So really so they're out there with no clear direction. What's that journey you're taking that client on? What are you going to walk with them? And I hand to each and every one that comes into my space, I hand them a carbon copy of systems and processes that have presented or provided, I should say, over 95% success rate for all clients that have walked the journey for almost 10 years now. So it's proven to be effective. The credentialing process, again, is accredited. It's not just a certificate because you learned Tricia's way of doing things. In fact, that part has nothing to do with the other part, which is what is that journey you're going to take the client on. And so, I've created that so that there is practice with purpose. Mm-hmm. Not just, like willy-nilly, let's see where the wind blows me, where the client shows up. You can meet a client where they are and still have direction. Mm-hmm. If we as practitioners don't know where we're going to be taking the client's not going to know where to go. That's if they knew where they wanted to go or how they wanted to get there, et cetera, they wouldn't need us. We have to have focus. We have to have systems and processes. And just like we have to in business, right? Like we have to have accounting, we have to have this, we have to have that. So in this mastermind, for all of those folks that actually join the team for all intent and purposes, you get all of those things, the accounting, the systems, the processes, the platforms, all of it
all in one package.
All in one package, so that you can build a practice that has intention.
So Tricia, I'm putting your information up right now, and I'll have Tricia drop additional information. A lot of this is already going in YouTube, and it's going on our Facebook page. But I'll have Tricia drop all this in LinkedIn as well. For those of you that are paying attention on LinkedIn, what's the best way for them to reach out to you to get involved in this, Tricia?
The best way is to just go to turningleafsrecovery.com. There is a section that's about join the team. There's you can look at anything that you want, or send me an email and just have it say mastermind. Right? Just right. Just send me an email that says mastermind info, and I will get back to you personally. My email address is there, and guess what? My phone number's there. You can just send me a text message.
Okay,
happy to chat.
turningleafsrecovery@gmail.com. And this is not just for the person out there that wants to start a business out of this and help other people. This is for the person out there that secretly is hiding something that they feel might have gotten out of control over the pandemic, or that they feel that I've been soothing myself with whatever this is for quite some time now, and I don't want to feel victim to this thing that is, holding me hostage. So it is for you as well. And Tricia's a dear friend of mine. She's been a member of the LEAP community. That's why we brought her forward as a member. By the way, guys, when you're in the LEAP community, this is part of the visibility you get. We do live interviews with you on all of our different platforms for you to be able to show up, be seen, and be visible, because the number one rule in business is tell everybody about you. And Tricia, you did that today. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all of what you do for women and men out there that are struggling and making it your life's mission to have them take back their power. So thank you for that. And for all of you joining us today, we're so happy that you were here. We hope you have a phenomenal week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.